Hi everybody, I wanted to come on here and do a quick little what's going on in astrology land and check in with you all. It is Mother's Day weekend, and along with that we are in Taurus season. Every year in Taurus season we have Mother's Day, and there's no better representation for the feminine as Taurus. And Taurus I talk a lot about on my blog, so you're welcome to go check out. I have the horoscopes up for Taurus season, and I also talk a little bit about Taurus season in general. So we are having a new moon in Taurus on Tuesday, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about what that means and what it's a good time for. In these last few days before the new moon will be Tuesday morning. It's early in the morning if you're on the west coast of the United States. So you want to, the night before likely, or during that day of the 15th, set intention. It's really within the 24 hours within, hi Joy, how are you? It's within the first 24 hours within that morning of the 15th that you want to set intention. And why do we set intention at the new moon? Well, the sun and the moon are in the same degree, and 24 degrees of Taurus. And when that happens, it's like a great little reset moment when the sun and the moon are within the same degree. The moon travels quicker than the sun, and it goes all the way around and back where the sun is. So when the sun's full light is shining on the moon, that is a full moon. And when we have the dark of the moon, that is the new moon. And that's why we set new intention, because it is a fresh start. It's kind of like an opportunity for us to look at this past month and what we've learned, what we're ready to release in these last few days of this cycle, and where we're ready to set new intention. And why that's even more powerful is that I talked about in my last live video about Uranus. It's a planet that has a 7-year cycle, and that's changing signs at the same day of the new moon. So it's very auspicious, it's very unique and lovely, and at the same time can be sudden, kind of shocking changes that happen. And so because of this, we want to be very aware and present with ourselves, with our families, with our actions, especially since Mars is doing a lot of different things, squaring Uranus and Mercury. So I'm going to try and stay away from too much lingo. If you're interested in the lingo more, definitely my blog, I talk more about that. But I want to talk about what this means for you and how to set good intention. So it's helpful if you know where this new moon is happening in your chart. So if you know your chart, if you've seen it before, you can just look to where Taurus, especially 24 degrees of Taurus, is in your chart. And depending on what house it's in, it's going to help you decipher and figure out where to set good intention. The other thing that you want to look for is where your natal Uranus is placed. And you might notice some changes and shifts happening with Uranus changing signs. So those are the two places to really look at. If you have more Earth in your chart, you might do a little bit better with these changes and with what's happening. If you have a lot of water or fire, you might be finding frustrations in all of this Earth energy, because we have Mars and Pluto really activated at this new moon, and they are both in Capricorn. So we have just a lot of Earth energy. Taurus is an Earth sign, Capricorn's an Earth sign, and they're both really lit up during this time. So new opportunities to set intention, new ways to see ourselves in the world, new ways to value yourself and to value your work in the world, along with valuing your boundaries and what boundaries need to be set or maybe reworked at this time. So this is really a time to look at your value system, what you're valuing in your own world, and how you can line up or align more efficiently with your values and your actions and your words. So this is a really great opportunity for all of these things. Taurus, the themes for Taurus are personal boundaries, security, finances, personal finances. So this is a time where a lot of people are talking about personal finances, and maybe it's a great time to get a new book on personal finances, do a new workshop on personal finances or something like that, and really getting clear about what's most important to you. This is also a great opportunity to realign with your goals. Look at maybe some of the goals that you set at the beginning of the year and see where they've morphed and changed, and now you can kind of refigure like what actually needs to happen in order to meet those goals. So it's a great time for that as well. And when we have Pluto is involved in this one, and Pluto's been kind of lighting up a lot lately. and Pluto's unearthing. And so there's a lot being unearthed right now in our consciousness. And it's being mirrored with Uranus changing signs. Usually we notice some earth shifts or earth changes, earthquakes, sometimes depending on the sign that it's in, fires or things like that. And so as Uranus is changing signs, you might notice some things happening in the larger scale, the earth, and also the larger scale, the financial system, because that's Taurus's thing. And as those things happen, it can be scary and it can be easy to go into fear, but really trusting that there's things that are being unearthed and being shed from not only our consciousness, but also kind of the world on a major scale in order for us to come to a new place and realign with our values. And it's only really when we have that opportunity of, unfortunately, extremes or major things shifting in our lives, and sometimes it can feel scary, but it is during those times that we're able to realign with our values and what's most important to us, right? So it's unfortunate, but it's also a part of living, and a kind of like what I was writing in the post is just like how when it's easy for us to get nostalgic and like think about how things used to be or how things were, but if we are with practical progression means that we welcome changes and we understand that they're all for a bigger purpose. So when you're setting intention this week, you want to know where Taurus is in your chart, and you also want to know what's most important to you when you are, 85 and you're looking back on your life. What values did you line up with the most, and where did you make choices that aligned with those values? So, good time to relook at your goals, center your words with your actions, and set intention around moving forward in a way that's going to help you do that and help you to value yourself and your work in this world, especially women. This is a very feminine sign. It is a very feminine new moon, and as Uranus moves into Taurus, a feminine sign, we're going to notice shifts and changes to the way we think about women, the way that we think about women's work, and what we're all really meant to do and share and heal this earth, right? So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I have my t-shirt that's all messed up, but love more. So happy Saturday, love more, and happy Mother's Day, honoring the mother within you, even if you don't have children, even if you're a man, honoring the part of you that connects with a great mother. And I hope you have a beautiful day.